shared a lot about my marriage in the past.
And now, Real Housewives of Potomac star Ashley Darby is sharing her marriage has come to an end.
I'm not a conventional person, and I just don't think it's going to come as a shock to anybody.
The 33-year-old reality star confirmed her split from her husband Michael on Tuesday after almost 8 years as Mr. and Mrs.
Michael and I are an unconventional couple in many ways, and we have more hurdles to overcome than, in my opinion, other marriages.
Ashley opens up about their decision to go separate ways on Bravo's website. She speculates, quote, "People will be quick to assume that the causes were too much intrusion by reality TV into the most personal parts of our lives. Age gap issues, cultural problems, or child-rearing differences."
Michael and I are different ages, we're from different continents. I mean, like, we're just as different as you could possibly be, and it introduces so many problems. And yes, I mean, it is what it is, but we definitely have some hiccups.
Ashley says that while all that may have affected their pure love for each other, there was no one reason for their split. Quote, "We are now both at very different stages in our lives and have different goals for our futures. We both want the other to achieve true happiness and fulfillment and feel that we cannot do this together." The Bravo star goes on to note that she and the 62-year-old real estate mogul are still on good terms, writing that while their romantic bond is broken, they will always love and respect each other.
People say that becoming parents can really change a relationship dynamic. I never thought that would be me, but it was me.
The former couple shares 2 sons, 1-year-old Dylan and 2-year-old Dean. And now, Ashley says they are committed to working together and putting their hearts and souls into raising their boys.
He's my baby daddy, so I'm much more conscious about how we talk because everything that we do now affects the baby. So I make sure that we have real discussions that address things right then.
Quote, "They will always feel loved and supported, for they were truly created out of love."
I mean, marriage is just so hard, and it's really hard being a public figure and having difficulties, and it's even more difficult when you decide to talk about them and say some things that aren't necessarily fitting the mold of what people think a marriage is or should be.
Back in 2020, Ashley opened up to ET about how challenging marriage can be. And in 2021, she said that while they had decided they were done expanding their family after 2 kids, she still held out hope that they might eventually have a 3rd baby.
We just came back from the Bahamas last week, and there's potential that I could be pregnant, and it's like we're thinking about like what would that look like, what would that feel like. So even though we said no, it's like the possibility of that is still a little exciting. And I'm like, well, if we have that little gleam of hope, maybe we will have at least one more kid. But we do, and Michael is very aware that, he's 62 now. So does he necessarily want to do that and miss out on more things, for later in their lives? I don't know. So we're really racing against the clock. But if Mother Nature has other plans, then, we'll follow her lead.
And while Ashley and Michael's relationship was a major storyline on Real Housewives,
we had hit rock bottom. And I was like, oh, that's it, homeboy. I'm out.
she told ET that they were an unconventional couple in many ways, but had a lot of love for each other.
I love my husband. He's a great father. He's a great husband. And my relationship is going to withstand, it's strong enough to withstand a lot. I'm not going to let the media or the public or the opinions of others affect what I do and how I approach my marriage. So everyone is going to have an opinion. I'm sure there'll be some very strong reactions to what they see and what happens, but ultimately the only person who really lays next to Michael at night and has to have these discussions is me. So that's that.